Well, this is Linda, my wife, and she's truly my better half, but she also makes me better. So I sure appreciate her. So, hello, my name is Scott. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I formerly struggled with alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes. Currently, I'm working on a lifelong love of food, spending, and sexual integrity. As some others, I grew up with an alcoholic, distant father and codependent mother. I followed in my father's footsteps and began drinking heavily in high school. By the time I reached college, I was a daily drinker. I got kicked out of school, and in my early 20s, I befriended a group of alcoholics that spent anywhere from $12,000 to $18,000 a year in the bars. This being in the late 1980s shows how out of control we were. I had an affair with a married woman in my mid-20s and ultimately married her after she became pregnant. I drank because it was the only time I felt at peace. I would wake up with a hangover that would lift about 11 a.m. each day, vowing to quit or control my drinking. After 4 years of marriage, my wife left me. I knew I was in trouble as my drinking would only escalate. That day I called Alcoholics Anonymous and went to my first meeting that night. At about 4 a.m. the next morning, I awoke to a feeling of pure love in my heart, and I've never desired a drink or drug or cigarette again. However, I still needed to learn how to live life without my addictions. It wasn't until I was 5 months sober that I became a Christian. I sought out Christian relationships where people would be real with me. After God put me through college with a teaching degree, I prayed about where he would have me teach. My former pastor was called to work in Sacramento at Trinity Life Center. We spoke, and he said the church wanted to start a recovery ministry. Trinity Life offered me the job, and my daughter and I moved to Sacramento. After about a year, I was challenged by a counselor to work on my own recovery, not just be the leader of the recovery group. That's when I found Celebrate Recovery. With Celebrate Recovery, I found what I'd been dreaming about and how it was structured. I attended the large group night where the first hour was worship, testimonies, or a recovery teaching. The second hour was for open share groups for all different kinds of recovery: codependency, drugs, alcohol, anger, survivors of sexual abuse, eating addictions, sexual addictions, and just life issues were all open share group choices. The groups were safe, confidential place to share struggles and find people that had overcome the very issues I struggled with. The last half hour was light refreshments to meet and get to know others that were struggling like I was. Another part of the ministry is called, as Pastor Mark said, a step study. This is where I, with others, work the steps of recovery where Christ is my higher power. Transformational changes really happen there. One goes through a 10 to 12 month process of answering workbook questions with the group and that are separated by men and women. We're taking sign-ups for both men's and women's groups for those who have been in secular or Christian-based recovery, or anyone else that would like to serve in the ministry. Even if you are just ready to deal with an issue, please join us. There is a sign-up table in the lobby to sign up for the groups to start in early March. This fall, we will launch the large group ministry here in the Rock of Roseville. We will have open share groups and step study groups. Celebrate Recovery is a place to work on your hurts, habits, and hang-ups. When your pain becomes greater than your fear, you will be willing to do something about it. You might feel that what would I do without my hurt, habit, or hang-up? I encourage you, there's more. The Rock of Roseville certainly is already a place to be authentic and be led by authentic, sharing leaders. We invite you to come and join us on this incredible journey. Thank you.